Hi everyone and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you how I made this boiled wool jacket for my son. Boiled wool fabric has a lot of great properties. It is long-lasting and durable, breathable, wind-resistant, dirt and water repellent, and also a great insulator, so it is a great fabric to use for jackets and coats, especially for the little ones that move a lot. To make this jacket, I've used the pattern from Lipstas. I'll make sure to link it down below. It is a great pattern and they have great instructions. The step-by-step instructions are in German, but there are also lots of photos, and I'm sure if you watch this video you'll be able to recreate the jacket. First you'll need to print out the pattern and connect the pattern pieces using the numbers on each page. As you can see, it's super easy. Each side of the page has a number, so you basically need to connect number 1 to number 1, number 2 to number 2, and so on. And after you're done, you'll have this big pattern piece for the jacket and a smaller one for the hood. The jacket is available in many different sizes, so before I cut out my pattern, I'm going to use a pencil to outline the size that I'm going to cut out. I accidentally printed my pattern black and white, but if you do print it color, all of these lines will have a different color, so it will be easier for you to cut out your size. So here are my pattern pieces. I have one for the front of the jacket, one for the back, the sleeves, the hood, also the cuffs. The pattern actually includes some pattern pieces for pockets, so if you would like to add pockets to your jacket, you can, but I decided to skip this step. Now let's move on to the fabrics. So to make this jacket, you will need some fabric for the cuffs. You'll need a super stretchy rib knit fabric and you'll need about 50 centimeters for this. Then you'll need about 1 meter of your main fabric for the jacket. It doesn't have to be boiled wool, you can use any other fabric or even make a cardigan using this pattern. And the pattern also tells you the exact amount of fabric needed for each size of this jacket. And of course you can add a lining if you want, so in this case you will need to double the amount of your main fabric. At least that's what I did, so I'm going to line the jacket with the same fabric it has on the outside. And I also added this rainbow fabric as a lining for the hood. So now you can go ahead and cut out your pattern pieces. So I've started cutting out my cuffs. Most of the fabric pieces need to be cut out on fold, so make sure you watch out for that. So here are my cutout fabric pieces. So you'll need to have one big back piece for the jacket, 2 front pieces, 2 hoods, 2 sleeves, your 2 cuffs, and 2 pieces for the lining of your hood. And after I've cut out those, I've decided I want to also add a lining to my jacket, so I basically cut out the exact same thing a second time around out of my main fabric for the jacket, so out of this boiled wool. So now that you have everything cut out, you can go ahead and sew everything together. So let's start with the back piece of the jacket. Lay it flat on your table, and on top of that place the 2 pieces for the front of the jacket, making sure that they are lined up nicely, and connect them at the shoulder seam. Sew the shoulders together and then place your fabric piece like this. Basically you'll need the armhole opening to lay flat on your table, and the piece should be wrong side facing up. Connect the shoulder seam to the middle of your sleeve, pin the pieces together, repeat for the other sleeve on the other side, and then sew everything together. So this is how your jacket should look like by now. It doesn't really look like a jacket, does it? But if you pull it up on your shoulder seams like this and place the right sides facing each other, you can actually tell what it is. So now you just need to pin the sides together all the way up to your sleeve and then use a straight stitch to close the side seams. Now let's move on to the hood. This is super easy, you just need to place the two pieces together and sew the round edge close. Now take your jacket and place it like this, right side facing up. Then add your hood, right sides facing each other, pin it in place and sew it. Now I'm going to quickly sew my cuffs. So first thing I'm going to do is to fold my cuffs in half like this and sew the long edge close. And of course I'm going to do this for both pieces. And now I'm going to fold them like this so that the seam is on the inside. To add the cuff to your sleeve, you'll need to place the cuff on the inside of your armhole so that both raw edges are facing you. Pin it in place and sew it all around. You'll probably need to stretch the cuff a little bit while sewing. And this is the finished cuff, and you'll need to repeat for the other side as well. And here is me very quickly sewing the lining for my jackets together. So basically I'm repeating the exact same steps minus adding the cuffs. So now that I have my main jacket piece as well as my lining piece, I'm going to sew them together. As you can see, for the lining I've added a different fabric for the hood, and also the lining has no cuffs. But before sewing those pieces together, I'm going to add a zipper. The zipper doesn't have to go all the way to the end of your jacket, so you can leave about 3 to 5 centimeters open at the bottom, and you can also leave 1 to 2 centimeters free at the start of the zipper, so at the neckline. And this is how you determine the perfect length for your zipper. Also make sure you use an open end zipper so you'll be able to take off the jacket. First I'm going to fold the ends of the zipper like this and sew them using a straight stitch, and then I'm going to add the zipper to my jacket. Now to add the lining, place your two jackets right sides facing each other. I also left an opening right here on the side seam of the lining. This is about 8 centimeters, and I'm going to use it to turn the jacket right side out once the two pieces are sewn together. Now pin the two pieces together along the zipper, the hood and the bottom part of the jacket, and sew them together using a zigzag stitch or any other stretchy stitch. And after this is done, you'll also need to connect the pieces at the sleeves. So place your jacket like this so you'll have the lining on one side and your jacket on the other, and connect the two armholes together. The cuffs remain folded on the inside of the sleeves, and you basically need to pinch the fabric like this and pin it all the way around. So it kinda looks like a long tube. Then repeat for the other side, and now you'll have a jacket that kinda looks like this. Now find the opening you left in the lining and turn your jacket right side out. Now all you have to do is to iron your jacket so all the seams are lined up perfectly, and to close the gap you use to turn your jacket right side out. And you can do this either by using your sewing machine or just hand stitching the opening close. And this is the final result. My son loves his jacket. It's also really warm and comfortable, and I'm probably going to use this pattern to make a hoodie as well. So if you're interested in the pattern, I will link it down below. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial, and I'll see you in my next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.